So, hello friends, in this video I will explain you how this is the second topic of this chapter. So, the topic's name here it is given organizational theory, design and change. So, here first given organizational theory. What is organizational theory? Organizational theory is the study of how organizations function and how they affect and are affected by the environment they operate. Okay, so it means it is a type of organizational theory. It is a type of a study uh, in which we study how organizations function and also how they affect the environment and how affected by the environment in which they operate. Okay, understanding how organizations operate is only the first in learning how to control and change organizations so that they can effectively create wealth and resources. Now you can see here how to control and change organization. So for that means if you want to control and change organization, then you must know how organizations operate. If you know how organization operate, then it is possible to control the organization and to change the organization. Okay, so that's why it is important to understand how organizations operate. Okay, so it is important to how organization operate for if you want to know how to change the organization and how to control the organization. Clear? Then next given organizational structure. So organizational structure is the formal system, it is type of formal system of task and authority relationships that control how people coordinate their actions and use resources to achieve organizational goals. Okay, so organizational structure, it is a type of formal system of task. Okay, it is a type of formal system of task and authority relationship that control how people coordinate their actions in the organization. Okay, means how people coordinate their actions and use resources to achieve organizational goals. Okay, so in simple way we can say organizational structure, it is a type of formal system of task and authority relationships that control how people coordinate their actions. Okay, how people coordinate their actions in the organization. Okay, and people use resources to achieve organizational goal. Purpose, given purpose of organizational structure is one of control. So for what purpose we use? So one purpose is to control the organization, to control the way people coordinate their action to achieve organizational goals and to control the means used to motivate people to achieve these goals. Okay, so here given to control the way people coordinate their action in the organization. So the first purpose given, how people coordinate their action to achieve organizational goals. That uh, here is given purpose is that to control. So the purpose of organizational structure is one of control, to control the way people coordinate their action to achieve organizational goals and to control the means used to motivate people to achieve these goals. Okay, so that is the first, means control how people coordinate their action in the organization, and also to control the means used to motivate people to achieve these goals. Okay, organizational culture. So what is it, organizational culture? So now you can see here written organizational culture. So organizational culture is the set of shared values and norms that control organizational members' interactions with each other and with the suppliers, customers and other people outside the organization. So we can say organizational culture, it is a shared values. It is a set of shared values and norms that control organizational members' interaction with others. Okay. An organization's culture is shaped by people inside the organization, by the ethics of the organizations, by employment rights given to the employees, and by the type of structure used by the organization. It means what type of culture it is present in the organization. So that culture is shaped by the following things. So what are these following things? The people inside the organization, by the ethics of the organizations, by employment rights given to employees, and by the type of structure used by the organization. Okay. Like organizational structure, organizational culture shapes and control behavior within organization. So here, organizational structure control and shape the behavior within the organization, and also organizational culture also shape and control the behavior within the organization. So that's why organizational structure and organizational culture both are very important. Next, given organizational design and change. Organizational design is the process by which managers select and manage aspects of a structure and culture so that an organization can control the activities necessary to achieve its goals. So, organizational design is the process by which managers select and manage aspects of a structure. Here, what is given? Manage aspects of a structure and culture. Managing aspects of a structure, it means managing a structure and culture so that organization can control the activities necessary to achieve its goal is organizational design. Okay. Organizational design is about how and why various means are chosen. Means organizational design means uh, for achieving certain goals by the organization, why certain different ways, means why certain ways are chosen by the organization, why not certain ways are not chosen by the organization. So here we try to understand how and why various means are chosen, okay, by the organization. Here next one. Organizations design put pressure on the work groups and individuals to behave in certain ways. Okay, whatever it is the design of the organization, that design will put the pressure on the work groups. It means the group of people working in the organization to behave in certain ways. Okay. Organizational change is the process. Second, next given, organizational change. Organizational change is the process by which organizations move from their current state to some desired future state to increase their effectiveness. Okay, organizational change, it is simply the process by which organizations move from their current state to the future desired state to increase their effectiveness. Okay. The goal of the organizational change is to find new or improved ways of using resources and capabilities to increase an organization's ability to create value and hence its performance. So now you see the goal of organizational change. Why organization? What is the goal of the organizational change? So the goal of the organizational change is to find new or improved ways of using resources. Okay, it means here organizational change, uh, it is the goal of organizational change is to find new ways, improved ways of using resources and capabilities to increase an organization's ability to create value and hence its performance. So I think that is clear. Means it is a type of new or improved ways of using resources and capabilities to increase. So what is organizational change? It is the goal, it is to find new ways of using resources and capabilities to increase organization's effectiveness. Organizational structure and culture are the principal means or fulcrum managers use to change the organization. Now you see, organizational structure and culture. So these are the two things which managers use to change the organization so it can achieve future desired state. Okay, so managers what use means managers use organizational structure and culture. If you want to change the organization, then in that case you can use organizational structure. You can change the structure of the organization, then the organization can change. And the second, it is given the culture. If you change the culture of the organization, then in that case also the organization can change. Organizational change can be understood as the process of organizational redesign and transformation. Now you can see organizational change. What is that? It can also be said that it is the type of process of organizational redesign and transformation. And in other words, we can say organizational change is nothing but a type of redesign of the organization and transformation of the organization. The importance of organizational design and change. So what are importance? So importance of organizational design and change given. So organizational design and change have important implication for a company's ability to deal with contingency, achieve a competitive advantage, effectively manage diversity, and increase its efficiency and ability to innovate. So due to following reasons, means due to company's ability to deal with contingency, achieve a competitive advantage, effectively manage diversity, and increase its efficiency and ability to innovate. So these are the reasons which causes organizational design and change. Means these are the causes which make organizational design and change very important. So first point given, dealing with contingency. As you can see here given, company's ability to deal with contingency. So dealing with contingencies given, a contingency is an event that might occur and must be planned for, such as a changing environment. So it is a type of, what is this? An event that might occur and must be planned for. Okay, so it is a type of event. Contingency, it is type of event uh, for which the organization should plan. Okay, if the organization doesn't not plan, then in that case it may harm the organization. So that's why uh, the organization should plan for any type of contingency. And what is contingency? It is a type of event which may harm the organization and for which the organization should plan. The design of an organization determines how effectively the design of the organization determines how effectively it responds to various factors in its environment and attains scarce resources. Okay, so the way the organization is designed, that will decide how effectively it responds to various factors in its environment and obtains scarce resources. An organization can design its structure in many ways to increase many ways to increase control over its environment. Okay, so for different environmental changes, the organization can design itself in different ways to control the environment. As pressures from competitors, consumers, and the government increase, the environment facing all organizations is becoming increasing more complex and difficult to respond to, and more effective types of a structure and culture are continually being developed and tried. Okay, so due to these all reasons, more effective type of structures and culture are continuously being developed and tried. So if any organization has to survive in the competitive environment, then that organization must redesign its structure and develop that type of culture which can survive in that type of environment. Next given, second given, gaining competitive advantage. Okay, this is the second reason for uh, making the organizational design and change important. So increasingly organizations are discovering that organizational design, change, and redesign are sources of sustained competitive advantage. Okay, so you can see here, increasingly organizations are discovering. So what they is discovering organizational design, change, and redesign are sources of sustained competitive advantage. It means if any organization want to be competitive in the environment, then in that case the organization must redesign itself, change it, and continuously implement those design and different those designs, new designs, you can say, those new designs, and implement different types of cultures. Okay, so here given competitive advantage is the ability of one company to outperform another because its members are able to create more values from resources at their disposal. It means if any organization is able to produce more values, if that company is able to create more value as compared to other companies for given resources, then that company has competitive advantage. So competitive advantage springs from core competencies. Okay, here given from where competitive advantage come from. So competitive advantage come from core competencies, managers skill and abilities in value creation activities such as manufacturing, research and development, managing new technology, or organizational design and change. So these are the things which come under core competencies. Okay, if any company possesses if any company is advantageous in such things, what are these things? Managers skill and abilities in value creation abilities, so such as manufacturing, R&D, managing new technology, or organizational design and change, then that company has competitive advantage. Next event, managing diversity. So an organization needs to design a structure to make optimal use of the talents of a diverse workforce and to develop cultural values that encourage people to work together. So here in this case, for managing diversity, organizational design and change very important. So here given needs to design a structure. So now here it is, now design, organizational design is important for managing diversity, means managing people to work together in the organization effectively and to encourage people to work together. Here given, that's why given here, an organization need to design a structure to make optimal use of the talents. Okay, optimal use of the talent, because talent can come from any type of culture or from any background. So that's why if you have to manage diversity, then you have to design the structure of the organization in such a way that will encourage people to work together. Then promoting efficiency, speed and innovation. So this is the fourth reason for the importance of organizational design and change. So promoting efficiency, speed and innovation. The ability of companies to compete successfully in today's competitive environment is increasingly a function of how well they innovate. Okay, so hold on for a moment. Okay, due to some reason I was not able to uh, say something, so now I am back again. So now where I was, so I was telling the fourth point, why organizational design and change important, promoting efficiency, speed and innovation. So the ability of companies to compete successfully in today's competitive environment is increasingly a function of how well they innovate and quickly they can introduce new technologies. Okay, it means here given compete successfully. If any company wants to compete successfully, then in that case that company must innovate. So now you can see here the company must innovate and respond quickly, okay, and introduce new technologies. If they can these things, then they can compete in the competitive environment. Otherwise that company cannot compete, cannot survive in the environment. Organizational design plays an important role in innovation, okay, because different design of the organization can produce different types of cultures. It may be innovative or it may not be innovative. Similarly, an organization's culture can affect people's desire to innovate. Okay, means the way the culture is present in the organization, it may support the innovative thinking, or it may not support the innovative thinking. So it depends on the culture of the organization and design of the organization also for such type of innovative process. If such type of culture means innovative culture and innovative design, it is there in the organization, then that organization can compete effectively, fastly in competitive environment. Now given next the consequences of poor organizational design. So what consequences given? The consequences of poor organizational design or lack of attention to organizational design is the decline of the organization. Okay, so poor organizational design may cause the decline of the organization. Neglecting organizational design until a crisis threatens forces. Okay, now here neglecting organizational design until a crisis threatens forces managers to make changes in the organizational structure and culture that derail the company's strategy. Okay, if the managers does not respond to the crisis or any type of threatening situation which is present in the environment, then that may cause change in the organizational structure. Means that will force the managers to change the organizational structure and culture, okay, to derail the company's strategies. And due to that the company's strategy also going to be derailed. Okay, it will go out of the way. So that's why it is very important that the organization design should be proper and according to the environment. Okay, so thank you all. So next topic here given: how do managers measure organizational effectiveness? Okay, control, innovation and efficiency. Now you see here, control, innovation and efficiency are three most important processes managers use to assess and measure how effectively they and their organizations are at creating value. Um, how effectively the organization is creating value can be defined in terms of control, innovation and efficiency. So how these things can be used to measure organizational effectiveness, you can see here. In this context, control means having control over external environment and having the ability to attract resources and customers. Okay, so if the organization is able to control the external environment, then in that case it can get more resources. And if the organization is able to get more resources, then create more values. So having the ability to attract resources, and if the organization has the control of the external environment, then that can attract resources also and customers also. Then next given innovation. Innovation means developing an organization's skills and capabilities so that organization can discover new products and process. Again, so here given innovation means developing an organization's skill and capabilities. Developing an organization's skills and capabilities so that the organization can discover new products and process. It means it is a type developing organizational skill for discovering new products and process. Efficiency means developing modern production facilities using information technologies that can produce and distribute a company's products in a timely and cost effective manner. Okay, here efficiency means developing modern production facilities. Okay, create developing modern production facilities that can produce and distribute companies products in timely and cost effective manner. Next given, an organization is effective if it can. So now when organization is effective, if it can secure scarce and valued, can secure scarce and valued skills and resources from outside the organization. If the organization can secure scarce and valued skills and resources from outside the organization, then it is effective. So this is external resource approach. Then second given, creating creatively coordinate resources with employee. Okay, so now you see creatively coordinate resources with employee skills to innovate products and adapt in changing customer needs. This is internal system approach. So what happens in internal system approach? So now organization is effective if it can creatively, if organization can creatively coordinate resources with employee skills to innovate products and adapt to changing customer needs, then the organization is effective. And if organization efficiently convert skills and resources into finished goods and services, then also organization is effective. So this is technical approach. So in technical approach, the organization is effective if the organization can effectively convert skills and resources into finished goods and services. The external resource. Now we are here in detail given. So first it was the external resource approach. Okay, external resource approach given. So by this external resource approach, if the organization has control over the external environment, then in that case the organization is effective. So the external resource approach allows managers to evaluate how effectively an organization manages and control its external environment. Okay, if external environment is controlled in a better way, then the organization is effective. An organization's ability to utilize its environment and to secure scarce and valuable resources is another indication of its control over the environment. To measure the effectiveness of their control over the environment, managers use indicators such as stock prices, profitability, and return on investment, which compare the performance of their organization with the performance of other organization. Okay, simply managers can see the indicators such as stock prices, profitability, and return on investment, which can be compared with the performance of their organization with the other organization. Means comparing other organization and their organizations profitability, stock prices, and return on investment to check the effectiveness of the organization. Top management's ability to perceive and respond to changes in the environment or to initiate. Top management's ability to perceive and respond to changes in the environment or to initiate change. And be first to take advantage of a new opportunity is another indicator of an organization's ability to influence and control its environment. Okay, so simply, if the organization is able to control the environment, it means that the organization is going to be effective. Okay, so that's why the top management also should perceive and respond to the changes in the environment to initiate the change in the organization and be the first to take advantage of new opportunity which is present uh, in the environment. Then in that case, uh, the organization will have better control of its environment. Internal system approach. So internal system approach, here it is given innovation. The internal system approach allows managers to evaluate how effectively an organization functions and operates. How effectively. So here in this innovation case or internal system approach, managers evaluate its effect, or you can say uh, efficiency of the function of the organization and the operation of the organization also. Measures of an organization's capacity for innovation include the length of time needed to make a decision, the amount of time needed. Now you see measures of organization's capacity for innovation. So how we can measure the organization's capacity of innovation? It innovation measures of innovation of the organization include the length of time needed to make a decision, the amount of time needed to get new products to the market. So now you can see here the length of time needed to make a decision. If less time it is taken to make a decision, then the organization capacity to innovate it is more. If the amount of time needed to get new products to the market, then in that case innovation capacity of the organization it is greater. And amount of time spent coordinating the activities of different departments. If the amount of time taken to coordinate the activities of different departments, if it is also less, then in that case there is more innovation in the organization. Third given, the technical approach efficiency. Technical approach allows managers to evaluate how efficiently an organization can convert some fixed amount of organizational skills and resources into finished goods and services. So how? So here in case of technical approach, the managers evaluate how efficiently organization can convert some fixed amount of organizational skills and resources into finished goods and services. Technical effectiveness is measured in terms of productivity and efficiency. If greater is the productivity, so it means greater is the efficiency. And efficiency, it is the ratio of outputs to input. So these are the three ways by which we can measure whether the organization is effective or not. Okay, so the first method, it was the external resource approach, means control, means how much the organization has control over the environment. Greater the control over the environment, the greater is the effectiveness of the organization. Okay, and then the second, it was internal system approach. That is that internal system approach means innovation. So here Measures are just like time taken for making decision. So less time, the lesser the time taken to make decision, the lesser the time taken to uh, to produce or to bring new products into the market, and the lesser the time it is taken, or less amount of time taken for coordinating different departments of the organization, then the organization is more innovative. Okay, so more innovative meaning more effective. And third one given the technical approach. So third given technical approach means efficiency. So efficiency means organization can convert, how effectively an organization can convert uh, its resources into finished goods and products. So that is technical efficiency. So here greater the productivity, so here greater the productivity, so greater it will be the efficiency. And efficiency, it is nothing but the ratio of output to input. Okay. Next, even measuring effectiveness, organizational goals. So measuring effectiveness, managers create goals to assess how well the organization is performing. Two types of goals used to evaluate organizational effectiveness are official goals and operative goals. Okay, two types of goals are here given, uh, which can be used to evaluate organizational effectiveness. The first goal, it is given official goal, second given operative goal. So official goals are guiding principle that the organization formally states in its annual report and in other public documents. Usually, these goals lay out the mission of the organization. They explain why the organization exists and what it should be doing. So, official goals here given guide means official goals are guiding principle on which the organization should work, or on which, or the guiding principle on which different departments of the organization work. That is official goal. And usually the official goals are mentioned in the mission of the, here mission of the organization. Again, they explain why organization exists. So here official goal tells about why the organization exists, what is the reason, and what it should be doing. And next, given second one, operative goals. Operative goals are a specific long-term and short-term goals that guide managers and employees as they perform the work of the organization. During performing the work of the organization, they all have, whether managers or employees, they all have certain goals. Certain goals means whether it may be short-term and long-term goals. So those goals come under operative goals. Okay, so this is the end of the chapter. So thank you all.